So where's the best place to get vitamins, minerals, phytochemicals, fibre? Where's the best place to get the right food to make you feel fantastic, have a stack of energy, be a lean, mean, well, I don't want to be mean, but lean and healthy, fit and strong human being? I'm in the kitchen because that's usually what we talk about, isn't it? The abs are made in the kitchen. Food is 80% of your results. Obviously then, we want to be getting our vitamins, minerals, phytochemicals, fibre, nutritious stuff from the kitchen. But here's, I think, something that's missing, and it's one of my favourite songs. So let the sun shine in, face it with a grin. Smilers never lose and frowners never win, so let the sun shine in. We talk a lot about what we eat, but is it possible that all the energy from the food that we eat comes from the sun? And yet I'm here in the kitchen, it's dark outside, nighttime, there's no sun, which means I'm not getting any vitamin D that my body can, well, I'm not getting sunshine that my body can then make my own vitamin D. People talk about taking supplements, for example, of vitamin D because we don't get enough sunshine. But all of the supplements and vitamin pills and powders and potions and all the stuff that you can take, my question is always this. The reverse of that is we tell people, get angry with people, get annoyed with people, even some people get aggressive about don't eat highly processed foods. And foods have got too much chemical and they've got too much manufacturing process and humans screw with food. But if you have a look at vitamins, minerals, phytochemicals in a supplement form, isn't that the ultimate way to screw with something? It's in a plastic pill, made in a factory, in artificial light, by a machine, and we talk about high quality supplements, but ultimately they're highly processed. Why don't we go back to the basics, go back to the stuff that really makes sense? Common sense to me, of course, the world will share with us, it's not very common. But all energy comes from the sun, and our body requires energy to do everything. So every movement we make, whether I'm wriggling my fingers or running a marathon or sprinting on the spot, or I want to have a baby, or I want to dance in a nightclub, I want to go skiing, I want to go hiking, everything requires energy. And all energy comes from the sun. And yet we seem to stay inside a lot. The human race now, and particularly kids, how often do we get out into the fresh air and sunshine so that our body can produce the ultimate hormone, the ultimate vitamin, which is vitamin D, and it's produced in its most pure form when we get out into the sunshine, which is then the immune system hormone. So vitamin D is required to make sure that we can fight germs, bugs, viruses, and diseases. And I use a simple example. It's just an interesting study, a take note study, that if you go to hospital, God forbid, and your hospital bed is by the window where you can get sunshine versus your hospital bed is away from the window where you don't get any sunshine, your time in hospital is reduced if your bed is by the window, because sunlight produces or helps your body produce vitamin D, which is good for your immune system, which means you can fight germs, bugs, viruses, and diseases, which means you can get better quickly if you're sick. You're less likely to get sick in the first place, and if you're in hospital, you can go home sooner. I'm getting excited about that because I am an old lady who's been on the planet for a really long time. And for me, getting out in the sunshine feels fantastic. I love feeling sun on my skin. Now, the interesting thing about that, of course, is if you get sunburn, that's not very good. But let's have a look at everything. You have to have water to live, otherwise you die. Dehydration causes you to die. But people die from drinking too much water. Not very many people, but people do die from drinking too much water. You can drink alcohol in 2 or 3 glasses a day, according to some medical experts, and be perfectly healthy. But if you drink every day, you'll get hungover, you'll become an alcoholic, your body has to fight the toxin, and you end up being a very unhealthy human being if you're an alcoholic. So is it possible that it's about moderation in everything? Too much of something is never good for you, and not enough of something, if it's important to your body, is not good. Or it doesn't work. Moderation and balance is really important. So rather than saying slip, slop, slap, stay inside, don't get any sunshine, could it be a really good idea if you want to have a healthy immune system, if you want to have vitamin D, or you want your body to produce vitamin D, being inside in the kitchen in the night time is not going to produce vitamin D. And if I take it in a pill form, which I could do in the dark in my kitchen, but it's a highly processed form of that particular vitamin hormone. So all I'm asking is this, rather than can't have, mustn't have, don't have, shouldn't have about anything, could we consider why we believe what we believe? Rather than saying all highly processed foods are bad, could we have a look at the process of that food, or how it was processed? And if we talk about can't have highly processed food, then why are we having highly processed vitamins and minerals, pills, powders and potions? Just something to consider. Could we go back to the basics perhaps, the common sense of get outside, get fresh air, get sunshine, get puffed, lift heavy. And if we did all of those things first, is it possible we might not need pills, powders and potions that come in a packet or a bar or a jar or a powder that's made in a factory? Imagine if you got fresh air and sunshine every day, you got puffed every day, you did something to overload your muscles and bones on a regular basis so you could be fit and strong, and your body could produce its own vitamins and minerals. And if you're going to eat them, remember that all energy comes from the sun. So fresh food that grows in the ground, that was produced by energy from the sun. So it all comes together in a beautiful picture. If you want to live your life to the max, get some sunshine, get some fresh air, get puffed, lift heavy, and live your life to the max. Super duper doo, how are you? Oh, let the sun shine in, face it with a grin. Smilers never lose and frowners never win.